Capricorn, I already got the cards shuffled, so it's time to just see what's happening in your love life. Hey, soulmate energy. It seems like I've been getting soulmate energy on most everyone's readings lately, so I must be tapping into something. Because there's not a lot of cards that give you that. All right. Not many at all. I can definitely count on one hand. All right. So let's see. I think you might think that your person is coming out of a marriage. Not for everybody, of course, or coming out of some type of a committed relationship. Could be living together or whatever. Not to say that it couldn't be something else. The Justice card can signify so many things that have to do with agreements that, and being in reverse, not working out. Not necessarily the opposite, but a potential or avoidance of. So let's see. I like to give a range, so in case you see something in the reading that I didn't, because one of the reasons that I read today is because I watched so many other tarot readers and I kept thinking to myself, that's not the story I see. That's not, I'm reading these cards too, but I'm not reading it the same. So I realized that there's something important about you as a person who's watching the tarot reading to get a full sense of what the cards are, because I might be focused on the story that I think or that I'm feeling in my body that needs to be heard the most or is applying to the most people, but yours might be a variation of that, and it's not that your story is completely in another direction, completely all the wrong cards, but maybe the same cards are telling a slightly different story. You definitely see your person as fertile ground, that this is the one that you see it working out with in a very practical sense. Someone that you could even have children with, perhaps, but somebody that it would be true blue, right? You're a bit of a Page of Cups. You are seeing, you're looking at this relationship with childlike wonder, and you want to offer some love, but what you have to offer, you're worried is a little bit fishy. But you're still gonna get it off the ground. You're definitely gonna show that love that you feel, or make an attempt at going in that direction. You're also a Knight of Swords, so you have a more grown-up version, not like the Queen or the King, but a more, have some experience now. You've moved on from the Page, and you're in the Knight energy of Swords, and what you're moving swiftly toward is getting to the bottom of it. Perhaps you don't know what's going on with the situation, and maybe that's what's bothering you. Like, what's going on here? I need to know. So you're coming in with some communication. You know that you can have stability. This is the 1111 card, right? That's a soulmate kind of energy. That's kind of on the edge of soulmate energy. It's a little bit of a gray area for some people, but it's definitely a very blessed number to have. The Four of Wands is very stable. It's the 1111. Yeah. You're a Queen of Cups, so you're very mature in your ability to give love, and so even though you're giving with childlike wonder, you're kind of putting yourself out there, kind of like a fool would in that sense, which you're actually able to give. If this gets off the ground, the stability is quite wonderful. You have quite a bit of love to give to your partner, and you're very capable of that one-on-one love relationship. And your person has possibly broken your heart, but I don't like to just look at what the card, I like to look at everything. And one of the things about the threes are, it always suggests to me, that it's not necessarily third party, but being more in social situations as opposed to one-on-one. And but if there is, it may be that your person doesn't really like to be in social situations with you. And that could be that could strike them as very something that they don't enjoy, put it that way. But, you know, if there is indeed a problem here and there is actual heartbreak going on, heartbreak is not necessarily the third person, you and your person and something else. But the something else isn't necessarily a person. But just keep in mind that for some of you, there might be something that is heartbreaking, not necessarily another person. You have the Ace of Wands here, suggesting that you're not quite ready to take a step forward in terms of passion. You're not taking a step forward either as a page because you don't have the Ace of Cups, but you are willing to. That's who you are. You seem to be stuck in this cycle of knowing that this is one of those on the edge soulmate kind of cards, right? You feel like you're in this infinite situation because your person is, that's your person, but it's so hard to know what to do, and it can be very frustrating. So you're kind of stuck in this infinite loop, right? Your overall energy is like, okay, instead of like you have the 4 wands here that creating stability, you have 2, and there's no, so you might have this person being their 3rd, right? And the 4th is more dependent on something outside of everyone. It's something like more that the universe has say in it. So I see you as not seeing so much that your person, it really depends on your person. What you're seeing here is something that involves depending on what's happening in life, and that these things are constantly changing. And I just noticed the sun is starting to go down, so I popped on some light. So put some light on the situation. It's so funny because that could be part of the reading. So but when life sheds a little light on the situation, I think you'll be a little bit more at peace with this constant aggravation, right? So I moved this over so that we can get started on the reading from your person's perspective with another deck that is already pre-shuffled. I like to at least cut it first. There we go. Oh, mirroring each other much. Yeah. I mean, I can't. I'm sorry, but that's too funny, That was in your top line, too. That was you. So definitely some mirroring going on. I love mirroring. Mirroring suggests that you guys are connected. Very connected. I don't know exactly what's going on with your person or why it's so complicated, but don't worry. I like this guy. I know that when he pops up, people go, oh, he's almost like the devil or something. But you know what? Sometimes there are meanings in context that you hadn't thought of. So let's not see all gloom and doom here, right? Okay. So, like you, they are a Page of Cups, and they look at this situation with you with childlike wonder, and they want to offer something loving, but it's a little bit fishy right now, and they're not sure where they're going to take it, right? They kind of see you as their destiny. They think that you're destined to be together. And, yeah, they definitely are looking at you like soulmate material. But they're afraid of a tower moment. So, I wonder what kind of tower moment we're talking about here, though. Well, the Page of Swords is another page, but it's in the opposite direction. So, the person is also a Page of Swords, wants to start communication with that same childlike wonder, and totally open, not jaded, right? Very, very capable of seeing things with new eyes and understanding new points of view, but they're not willing to, maybe because of this tower they're worried about. They see how they could have the world with you, but they're not quite sure how to go about it. Well, look at all this upside down wow, okay. They want to be vulnerable with you, but they can't right now. Huh. Well, I'm wondering if this whole idea that they might still be in a marriage they're getting out of, that might have something to do with it. And, that also could be what's so heartbreaking, is that they want to move forward, but they can't right now. And so, that would probably explain a lot. And why you could see stability with them, but you can't act on it yet, right? So that kind of makes sense. If they are stuck in some situation, not necessarily a marriage, but stuck in some type of situation, they would feel a little unable to move forward, even if they see you as, their as their destiny, and that they have this love to give, even though they don't quite know how to get that moving with something other than something fishy right now. Because if they are stuck in a situation, anything they have to offer is kind of fishy, right? So, Page of Swords is a little bit afraid of finding out something, causing that Tower moment. Maybe they might be afraid that if you knew the truth of their situation, you'll run like heck, right? And yeah, so being vulnerable with you and opening up to you, if it ends in some Tower moment, it would make them very afraid. But why do they see... Now, I know that when we say, okay, toxic, but let's look at this for a second. Why would they be seeing... See, toxic doesn't necessarily mean that you yourself are toxic, but maybe your person feels that moving forward with you, given the search situation, is toxic. So, creating toxicity for you even, right? And putting themselves in a potential situation like that. But your person is, wow, they know they're very magnetic and charming, and they know they might even be very good looking. So, not that, I mean, I don't know, physical beauty, but there's something about certain people. They don't have to be, so you can have two people next to each other. One is more quote unquote physically beautiful, but the other one looks more beautiful because of who they are, so it's all relative, right? Okay. Wow, your person has a lot of different energies going on here. They're also a King of Pentacles, which means they generally know how to be in relationship as a very independent, but they like to show their love through gifts and giving and whatnot. But they can't be that way with you. Perhaps if they are married, then that person is just holding onto their wallet still. So that could put them in the situation. So, well, you know what? This kind of explains everything here. I was worried about this card. I don't feel like your person is a bad person, but I feel like because of their situation, even though they're emotionally available on a certain level because they owe this person nothing from an emotional standpoint, for all we know that their other that were living with or were married to or still married to, but they might even be living with someone else by now, who knows. But the thing is that because of circumstances, the only thing your person has to offer is something like something sneaky, so you'd have to kind of keep it on the down low, and that's probably why they feel that what they have to offer is fishy. And maybe because you kind of know they're still in that kind of situation, that you also sense that what you guys have to give is fishy. You know what I mean? Right now. So the question is whether you wait, whether you indulge on the side, because but I would make sure that morally there wasn't, because you don't want that kind of karma, right? And then there are some people who, regardless of, even if they're morally okay, still they're very conscious of tradition and whatnot. Until the papers are finalized, you can't really move forward. But I think your person would interact with you on that level, but I'm not sure that they don't worry that it's not toxic for you. All right, well, let's see. And for those of you that are not involved with someone who is otherwise taken, this could also be because of something, perhaps some type of family or work issue that is just making them unavailable on some other level. There's other possibilities involved with this. Flirt. Well, I definitely like that idea, especially if you do want to stay in the game. You may want to just keep it at flirting. Just keep that connection going, right? And just be friends, flirt. And because if this is your person, you don't want to like lose them just because of timing. That would, no, come on. Forgiving and learning. Okay, so your person may have had to cut some corners with you or something like that they're a little ashamed of, so you might need to or you might have I don't know, I'm not making any accusations here, but sometimes when we don't know what to do, we wear masks and we do things, so there might be some forgiving and learning from each other, right? And romantic feelings, yeah, because let's put this over here. I think just staying in this energy, right, of flirting and romantic feelings, you'll stay safe, because once you start going further into the relationship, even if you have no moral qualms with it, it's still going to be more painful the deeper you go into the situation, and that person is not completely free on whatever level. So that's just my personal opinion. You don't have to take that. That's not, I didn't see that in the cards. That's just something that I just sensed and felt like was something that might be worthwhile to you guys. So let's see. Let's do this. Okay, what do we have? You enter my mind when I watch programs and listen to music. I think of you more than you know, but I don't know how to reboot. Okay, reboot has more to do with, okay, so either because they've been in a relationship and trying to start another one with somebody is like a reboot. It also could be that, this is the situation they have with you and they want to reboot your relationship. Or you might have had a relationship with this person in the past, and since then it's come full circle and now you're back in each other's lives and it's a reboot. But there is this sense, and these cards are about what's in the mind of your person, not necessarily what the angels and the spirit guides know in the be all and end all high your highest and best good stuff. This is just and some ideas of how your person is thinking, right? And again, it's not for all of you, but I do highly recommend what I was saying about reading cards with me. You might see a variation on the cards that is actually your story. Okay, so that is it this week, Capricorn. I noticed that we've taken a slight change. So either I'm speaking about a different group of Capricorns because my collective has grown, or there's been some changes. You might be considering other people, or the person that you've been dealing with has there's been some changes there, but I do see a little bit of a new trajectory for you, and I hope that's good news. All right, we'll talk again soon. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and don't dislike if it's not your story, because I can't possibly make sure to hit everybody's story. We'd be here for hours. But if you do dislike something about me, please put something in the comments so that I'll know what it is that I could do differently. Thanks.